Thank you for visiting the Coin Lady channel again. Here at XRP, we were just talking about where we think the coin sits and how it could do on the next bull run. There was a lot of back and forth since it's contentious. What the hey, let's have an open and frank conversation about this. This is something I haven't done for quite some time. Where I think we stand, there are a lot of good ideas, and I'll present them to you. What I've previously stated may not apply to all of it. Now we can dissect it. But let's get to the good stuff first. Because there is much to be enthusiastic about, let's discuss that. I haven't felt this way about XRP in a long time. Straight out of the gate, the blockchain is getting some much-needed improvements and new features, like multi-level marketing, MLM, integration, and Oracle's bridging. On top of that, there are some infrastructure upgrades that will pay huge dividends in the end. Stablecoins are the biggest, and I believe a world-class product built on the XRP ledger will be a solid stablecoin. Starting with Ripple, it will attract a lot of demand. However, if Ripple's stablecoin is successful, I believe it will also attract USD Tether and USDC to chain. Naturally, now that Stellar has stable currency, the next step is for Ripple to ensure that their token has liquidity on exchanges like Coinbase, Binance, Kraken, and every other exchange in the world. If Ripple's is to fulfill its potential, that is, to allow users to transmit value to on and off ramps, use it on chain, and so on, then it must be able to fulfill these requirements. With any luck, they will. Once again, that thing will be top-notch if you have enough cash on hand. Your rivals will need to join the chain if they want to compete with you, in my opinion. I think XRP will rise in the rankings since it is undervalued compared to other large-cap cryptocurrencies. And I anticipate that when everything is said and done, we will be gazing at the world's third-ranked coin here. And that's where we diverge from 2018 in a sense. A great deal of difficulty befell the Ethereum. It was true that the ecology was a complete mess. You had the outlawing of initial coin offerings, ICOs, the primary use case for that network. Your proof-of-work architecture was inadequate for handling complex features and tasks like these. Plus, XRP had him in its sights. The Ethereum blockchain offered great promise, X-Quick launch was a game-changer, and the MoneyGram partnership was revolutionary in its day, even if it didn't pan out in the end. Considered a major event. It appeared like we were making great strides, and should have kept on, but the SEC lawsuit ultimately got in the way. There is no such thing as a miraculous comeback. In fact, we missed the entire growing phase. From a monetary standpoint, at the very least, micropayments and streaming payments, as opposed to default, were our bets. Hey, you saw my old movies. I believed we were in a contract when we talked about payments. That was the call. We are currently taking a back seat. Micropayments, in the long run, might be more significant. However, in recent years, DeFi emerged victorious in this regard. While Ethereum was busy releasing popular D programs like DAO, which made compounds, we tried our hand at micropayment-focused content like coil blogs and cinnamon videos, but so far, it hasn't worked. I also think there are ecology problems here. Believe it or not, every chain has someone selling currencies, therefore selling XRP isn't necessarily a problem for Ripple. Even though they claim they have no authority over the biosphere, I believe they have a stranglehold on it, beginning with the UNL. I think it's a problem that they just create this master list and everyone ends up on it by accident. The XRP ledger still lacks the killer app that would attract a large user base. What happens if one of the solar wallets decides to close down, goes bankrupt, runs out of funds, switches chains, or any number of other horrible things happen, leaving us with no wallets at all? I think that's a problem. If you take a look at Bitcoin, you'll see that it has a plethora of wallets that originate from Bitcoin, wallets that Maxis has ears for. The XRP ledger is a blockchain. But there is an unacceptable component to the ecosystem that focuses on institutional solutions. This is good news for the Ripple company, but it should not be your only concern. Additional retail use cases are required. Applications for the general public can't be developed without human beings. There must be additional infrastructure built. There isn't another blockchain firm like Ripple's, which is your hidden weapon, and you want to have institutional use cases as well. But you also want a diverse group of people making use of this blockchain's value, including retail customers, whose liquidity spends are comparable to those of banks and other institutions. And there's a lot they're considering during this growth phase. For example, when you compare the present price of XRP, at 50 cents, to that of Bitcoins, you'll notice that I genuinely believe XRP will see bigger rises from now until the finish. In this case, I believe it will be the better performance. The reason behind its current undervaluation, though, is that to compete, particularly for the top spot among altcoins, I think we need to ramp up retail use cases, develop a fantastic app that people are using, and build up our infrastructure. Some of that may happen, Ripple pays for it, after all. But if we want to succeed, someone has to build AD on the XRP ledger, and make a multi-billion-dollar business out of it, just like we've seen others do. As a result, it will ignite a fire within this ecosystem. One of the most important aspects about an EMS is that it allows a startup to launch a coin before they are big enough to be listed on exchanges. This gives them more time to grow with the ecosystem and prepare for prime time. That is why I consider these updated functionalities to be absolutely critical. To be completely forthright, though, I was hoping that this litigation would finally come to a close because this is, after all, the third most popular cryptocurrency in the world, and I expect nothing less than stellar performance and benefits from a large cap coin that will only grow in value. Leave that in the past. Better rules are coming to this area, in my opinion. This is an issue for the whole crypto community, not just the XRP ecosystem. So here's hoping for a new government that is more crypto-friendly. Then I'll offer you my second opinion. Maybe XRP can compete with Ethereum on a global scale if we observe widespread institutional adoption and some retail use cases gain traction. Though at this very moment, it is completely out of the running. And I don't see that changing very soon. It takes time for applications to be successful, especially with on-demand liquidity members who aren't receiving any subsidies or incentives from Ripple. They simply see a decrease in their money. That, my friend, is going to change everything. That could occur if you begin to rely more on chain liquidity. A lot of exciting things are happening here. The future of XRP is bright, in my opinion. This is not 2018, though. As of right now, I don't see us being able to challenge for second place. This area adapts rapidly. In this case, if my opinion changes, I will inform you. Depending on my perspective. Right now, that's my position. Untapped potential in a terrific large-cap cryptocurrency. Naturally, I continue to prefer it over BAB. In the long run, I like chaining over Solana, and things are much better in 2021, 22, and 23. A plan for the future, nevertheless, may be quickly and easily drawn up. We must now take action and make the delivery. Just to reiterate, neither of us is actively involved in creating the future, we are both investors. We will observe if they complete it or not. While we've been hemming and hawing without making any substantial progress toward that future, we're now moving in the right direction. Here, that has changed. One project separates us from our goal. This entire ecosystem is on the verge of exploding with just one decentralized application. The video concludes with that. It would mean the world to me if you could subscribe to my channel and like it. Muchas gracias, depart.